Do you ever feel like your life is being run by other people's expectations? Or that your worth depends on how much you do or how much you achieve? That tight, tense place in your stomach, the one that tenses up when you speak up or you say no or you step into your power, that is your solar plexus chakra signaling. So today we're diving into personal power, how trauma can suppress it and distort it, or make you question if you even have a right to take up space. If your foundation of emotional safety is solid from the root and sacral work that we have already done, then we can finally start to reclaim personal agency in our own life. If you are new here, welcome. I am Jackie Faber, and I guide people through trauma-informed somatic and energetic frameworks that help you reclaim safety and sovereignty and embodied self-trust. Now, this is week 3 of my 9-week trauma and chakra integration journey. If you missed the other videos, you can go back and watch them. We have been exploring the chakra system as a framework to understand how your nervous system adapts and how you can reconnect with that felt experience and your personal power. So over the last 2 weeks, we grounded your root chakra and we reclaimed emotional presence through your sacral. So today we're moving into the solar plexus. This is your center of personal agency, of choice, of boundaries, and the right to exist fully in your space and in your body. Before we dive any deeper, I want to hear from you. Have you ever held back your opinion or dimmed your presence or even overworked yourself just to feel worthy? Comment below, share one word or one sentence. Your voice matters, and reading these comments allows people to know that they're not alone. Now, the solar plexus is the center of personal power, of personal agency, and of your right to take up space. It is where your nervous system declares, I exist, I act, and I choose. Now, trauma doesn't have to mean these big extreme events or crises. Even if life didn't feel overtly unsafe, if your body learned that it was never fundamentally safe to be you, patterns form. And the solar plexus is where these patterns get expressed outwards. So let's look at the sequence. If your root chakra was unstable, your body braced for danger, hypervigilant, collapse, tense, or numb. If your sacral chakra didn't feel safe, your emotions, creativity, pleasure, all of those things become suppressed or disconnected. You learned that feeling deeply was risky. So then the solar plexus becomes the center where we reach out for safety through overfunctioning, through people pleasing, through controlling, or through constantly performing. So in other words, even without a big T trauma, your nervous system learns strategies to survive in an environment where your body, your emotions, your identity didn't feel safe. Now, these strategies are intelligent. They kept you alive and connected in ways that your system needed at the time. So some common ways this shows up is shame-based motivation. You feel like your value is conditional on achievement, compliance, or approval. You take responsibility for everything, believing that if you don't, something could go wrong. Self-doubt and hesitation. You second guess yourself or you shrink from visibility. People-pleasing and conflict avoidance. You prioritize other people's comfort over your own needs or your own voice. Now, these patterns are not your fault. They're your body's learned strategy to keep you safe in a system that did not provide you fundamental safety. So one of the core identity patterns that develops when the solar plexus feels unsafe is I'm only valuable if I perform or comply or succeed. So in your adult life, this can show up as avoiding visibility or risk, shrinking yourself so that you're not evaluated, overworking, overfunctioning, people-pleasing to gain approval, criticizing yourself harshly for not doing enough, struggling to say no, to set boundaries, and to assert your needs. So notice, this isn't just about childhood trauma. It emerges anytime your system didn't experience felt safety in your root, emotional safety, in the sacral or trust in your own presence. So even if you grew up in a good environment, these patterns can form simply because your body never learned, I am safe to exist as I am. So healing the solar plexus is all about reclaiming choice and agency and presence. It's learning that you have the right to speak your truth, that you have the right to set boundaries, that you have the right to take up space without guilt. This is grounded self-leadership. Your nervous system then learns to support your power rather than reacting from survival mode. So it's not about forcing control or being aggressive. It's about feeling safe in your own power and letting your body, your mind, and your energy learn that it is safe to exist in the world as you are. So let's bring this into your body in a different kind of way today. Not by fixing or performing or proving, but by claiming your space. Wherever you are, I want you to notice what's around you. The chair that you're sitting on, the air that's in front of your body, the space behind you. Now, I want you to imagine an energetic boundary forming around you, kind of like a soft, spacious bubble. This is your space. You don't need to harden it. You don't need to protect it aggressively. Just notice that it exists. Take a slow breath in. And as you exhale, say to yourself, this space is mine. Now imagine this bubble extending out far enough that feels comfortable for you. Not too big, not too small. You get to choose. Inside this bubble, you are allowed to exist exactly as you are. You don't need to perform. You don't need to manage anybody else's emotions. You don't need to prove your worth. If it feels right for you, set an intention. Only what is supportive, respectful, and aligned with me is allowed in my space. And notice how your body responds to that. Maybe there's a subtle sense of grounding or a feeling of warmth, or maybe a steadiness in your core, or maybe you feel nothing at all. That's perfectly okay too. None of this is about forcing confidence. It's about teaching your nervous system that it is safe to have boundaries, that it is safe to take up space, that your presence is allowed. If you want to deepen this, I have a solar plexus chakra meditation. I will link it in the video's description. Practicing these things daily will help your nervous system start to experience the safety of choice and personal agency and reclaiming your space. As I close up this video, take a moment to tune into your body again. If you notice warmth or subtle sensations or the sense of holding yourself, this is what it feels like when we're healing the solar plexus. It's not about force or striving. It's about gently reclaiming your right to exist fully. If this episode resonated for you, make sure you subscribe and turn on all the notifications so that you can continue on this journey with me. I post new videos about this every Friday. Next week, I'm going to do a special video on integrating the lower chakras, where we're going to combine the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, because this is the foundation of creating stability and self-safety and self-authorship. I will see you in that video.